Hi, this is Michelle Mardelli, youth worker.
And François Alarodet, family counselor.
And you're listening to Baguette Talk.
The Parental Playbook is a guide full of small tips and tricks to help parents with their kids and teens.
We keep them short and simple so you can quickly get back to the game and be ready to play. François.
Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thanks. Okay, so today I have a very cool subject for you guys.
I'm ready to hear it.
Okay, so dealing with teenagers is quite hard because they either want to open up, they don't want to open up. Mm-hmm. You're always like sort of walking around like on eggshells, and it's hard to manage or to like to know in what direction go when you're talking to them.
You're right, and it's like a spectrum, because some teenager you cannot tell they are in a teenager phase or whatever. Yeah. So that's the easy side, let's say, and at the other side of the spectrum, you have all of these. You know, when you were watching Degrassi and this generation, that's what happened.
Stereotypical kind of
hard teenager.
Yeah, exactly. As you're saying, we never sort of quite know. And even if you have one kid that is on one end of that, like a easygoing sort of youth years, one day you can just like, it's going to turn and maybe snap you. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to say is that there's reasons behind that. Mm-hmm. We call it, I say we, the profession. No, but there's a writer that said that it looks like a sort of a lobster effect.
A lobster effect. You mean this crustacean delicacy?
Exactly.
Awesome.
But so the lobster effect for teenagers, how it's compared to is that lobsters, you may or may not know, they have a hard shell. And that hard shell is something that is going to, with time, because the lobster inside is getting so big in that hard shell, it's going to dissipate and then it's going to grow another one. But in the fraction where the hard shell is out, like off the lobster, there is this very vulnerable phase for the lobster in which every element around them is sort of perceived as an attack or something that can...
A danger.
Yeah. Exactly.
So by the meantime, they shed their old shell, they become super duper fragile.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what you're talking. So the teenager years...
is exactly that moment where they're stuck, their old hard shell that they had in their kid years, like when they were children, and they knew who they were comfortable with their parents and like all that safe place they were growing up inside. And now they let go of that shell because, they're growing, and all those insecurities inside of them about their identity, what they like, what they don't like, who they are, that crisis they're feeling, that's exactly where they are at that moment.
You know what I think at the moment is, let's say, let's talking about the Quebec school curriculum, okay? So you are the grade 6, you are the top of the school, you're the oldest of the school.
Exactly.
It's like if you have a hard shell, you look tough, you feel tough, you look cool, but then the year after, you arrive at high school with his Sec 1 here. So now you're the smallest. You see all those old lobster with super thick shell. Now you feel like you're nothing.
Exactly.
So that's what I have in my mind right now.
Exactly. And as we were saying, everything in that current, in that ocean is becoming an attack, a danger.
A threat.
Exactly. So if we put it into like kids' reality, every side eyes, every sight, every looks, every compliment or not compliment you're giving them is going to be perceived as such a big thing when it's just not.
Just it's going to be perceived like an attack. So what do you do? What do you do if you feel attacked? You might want to flee or you want to fight back.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's where you'll see them maybe snap back at you. Let's say they're coming down and they put like, I have a kid. She's 16. She's wearing her red shirt. I'm like, oh, you put on your red shirt today. In my adult mind, it's like, oh, cool. She hasn't worn it in a while. In her mind, it's like, why? You don't like it? You don't want me to dress in that red shirt? I'm the one who decided to put it on. I like it. And then it becomes a big thing. And you're like, I just wanted to talk to you and get in contact with you because we haven't talked in a while. And then that's what a parent might receive back from a small comment that was based with full good intentions, but then snap back at you.
And then if you're a parent and you tell those words like, what do you want? Leave me alone, blah, blah, blah. Shut your mouth. And then you can perceive this as a lack of respect.
Exactly.
And then now it threatens you. It threatens your integrity, your values. So now you're going to respond. And you see how quickly it can escalate. Exactly.
One of the things to be careful about is not to get into that escalation. Is that you're the parent, you're the one whose brain is fully developed, and you can just try to step back from it and to not take it personally. If we're still into our water reference, just let the current slide and just stay strong, stay there, and don't take it all on you. Don't take it all personally. Because kids are going to say, I hate you, but they don't. They love you. They need you to understand that they do love you, even though the words aren't what they're supposed to be. Kids are, it's tricky. But if you do try to see it in that more third person kind of view, and you take a step back from it, it's easier to understand what kids are really meaning.
Would you say that a teenager might have a couple of shell shedding during his youth year, or just one time?
Absolutely. So especially in that teenage years, they're going to have ups and downs all the times. And they're going to find something like, let's say today, red is their favorite color. They're more into like a black and emo phase. And then a month later or the next school year, they're onto something else. They're trying to discover who they are, what they really like. In the meantime, when parents were, as they were kids, parents were like the center of attention. They were the things that was most important to them. They were the comfort. They were where kids felt secure. Exactly. When we're talking about teenagers, there's a switch that's being made. For teenagers, that safe place, the caregiver, is now their friends. So that switch is very hard on parents because, as we say, we tend to take things very personally. So we're like, why are they talking to their friends? Or are they talking to a youth worker, not me? I'm here. I want to listen. I want to be there. But kids, they're going to do that switch. The new person that is going to be most important to them is their friend. That's whom they'll refer for when they have a crush on someone, when they have things that are going on in their mind, when they're unsure about everything, and it's all such a big emotional blur. The people they'll want help from is other people who are also in a big emotional blur. And are trying to navigate through them. That's why friends are very important, and that's why you should encourage them to be with these friends. But it's so hard also as parents, because when you're on the outside, you can realize this friend or that friend, I don't like them for X and Y and Z reason. And you would like to protect your kid in a certain way, but by doing so, now it's like if it's a treason towards them, because you say, you don't like my kids, so you don't like me. So but then again, if we take it back to when they learn how to cut with scissors, are we going to give kids like scissors and teach them how to use them and like give them the tools to learn what's good, what's not, and how to use them in proper situation? Or are we just going to cut everything down for themselves and they'll never learn how to use scissors?
They will never grow a hard shell.
Exactly. So when they're teenagers and with friends, you don't want to say, I don't like this kid. This one is not a good influence on you, because they will put you aside, and they will confront you about it and be mad about it. But if you give them like, okay, they come and talk to you about, I don't know, their boyfriend, and they're like, he said that to me and I don't like, I'm not sure. And you're like, okay, did you feel comfortable in it? Instead of saying, what? I don't like him. You shouldn't be with him. Is this really how you want a boy to treat you? No. And then go into that big whole speech. If you just say and accompany them in their thoughts and be like, okay, did it make you feel comfortable? Did you like what you were receiving? Did it, like, how are you feeling about it? What do you want to do about it? Is there something I can help you with? So if you guide them with information instead of giving them judgment or your opinions, unfortunately, your opinions you might have to keep for yourself in their youth.
And it's hard because it all makes sense.
It is.
You see the pattern that's coming in. Maybe the boyfriend is unrespectful. Maybe you just want to say you need to run from this guy because this guy is an a-hole, and then it won't work. It will be worse. It must be hard.
And like all the friendships you were saying, like sometimes we tend to fall back into like bad influence or friends, and then teens will be teens, and they do stuff you're like, what the hell are you thinking? And then it's just because, well, their brain isn't there yet, so they're fully on emotional hormones. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that where teenagers learn to be more themselves is through solitude, is through that alone time. So they need a lot of alone time to understand who they are, what they like, what they're thinking, because they're always overwhelmed by emotions. That's what teenage years are, is full waves of emotions on you in your mind that are going 100 miles per hour. So they need those times to be alone.
Yeah, it all makes sense. If I'm a lobster and I just shed my old hard shell, I'm gonna hide under a rock until I thicken up.
Exactly. So they need that time to get that shell back on. What's hard is knowing when to be alone and when they're feeling alone. That's the hard thing for parents. The advice I could give you is do give them time and space, but remind them that they're always there. Ask them if they do want to hang out with you, if they do want to go to the groceries and pick up their snacks, if they want to go walk the dog with you. Ask and offer moments to be with them.
And even if you know that 9 times out of 10 is going to be no, I want to be alone, I want to stay here, you need to offer it still. Exactly. You don't want to close this window of opportunity.
Yeah, don't get into your own head and being like, well, you never want to be with me anyway. So, and then you get like tense up, and then you cut the
communication bridge.
Yeah, exactly. You cut the bridge. You cut the connection with them. You have to sometimes, as a parent, try to put it aside and really keep offering and keep being there. I remember, it's a side note, but I remember there was a comedian that was saying like having a teenager is sort of having like a new boyfriend or a new crush. And they were like, they're walking in and you're like, oh, hi. So, like, do you want to do something today or not? Do you want to hang out or whatever? You don't have to.
You decide.
Exactly. Like, having a teenager is very hard. We're coming back to the walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
But parents, you're doing one hell of a good job. Try to listen to them. Try to not speak. You'll see there is something amazing when you're not speaking is that kids, if you feel more and more comfortable with that silence, kids will try to fill it up. So leave them in that sort of silence with them. Be comfortable in it and be with them. So don't be on your phone. Just be in that silence. First of all, it's good, very good thing for you to have silence.
Yeah.
And you'll see they'll open up. They'll be there, or at least they'll understand that you're there for them.
Yeah.
I think that's all the advice I can give you right now on the lobster effect, on the how to understand it a little bit more. If you want to go further, there's a very good episode on Netflix. It's called The Mind Explained and that short episode of 20 minutes is on the teenager's brain. And it's a very interesting episode. You can listen to it and you'll learn a little bit more about like the development, how the brain works and how the emotional storm are coming in.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, but at the same time, not, because now I'm super hungry. And I'd like to have my lunch ASAP.
Have a good one, guys, and see you in the next episode.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to Bagot Talk.
Follow us on our Facebook page, Placket, at Bagot Talk Podcast.
See you soon.